Hi guys and welcome to my review of One Piece chapter 883. Did I say review? I hope I said review, that's what I meant. Okay, so I want to talk only about two things really in this chapter because there's really no point in me just going over what happened and just, oh, we saw like what Katakuri is really like but no one sees and blah blah blah. But I wanted to talk about two things that was said in this chapter. The first one was said by Katakuri. And he said, oh my god, I'm gonna find it, I should have prepared this before. But it was, let me just find it quickly. Sorry. Okay, here. He said, as I fight you, I remind myself why, when faced with an obvious power-up, it's essential to shut up and observe. Okay. I find this interesting, because, last chapter, and in the mini flashback in this chapter, we basically get the Brule thing with, ooh, I think that Katakuri is literally perfect, and just gonna shut up my computer here. We've never seen him lie down. We've never seen him lose. I mean, he's headstrong, powerful, just the best person ever. Blah blah blah. And in this chapter, that basically gets, but what he says here is, when faced with an obvious power-up, it's essential to shut up and observe. This explains, or would explain, why he's never lost, or at least being seen lost, because as we know, just because no one has ever seen him lie down doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It's just that no one has seen it. So I think that's what we can gather from this as well. Like, no one has just seen him lose. And obviously he would keep that reputation, but she's saying, yeah, I mean, if no one has seen it, it mustn't have happened. Don't know who he would have lost to them, but we'll see. Maybe he hasn't actually lost to anyone, but I mean, who knows. But I like this little line. It's not, shut up and observe. Like, has he just observed as stronger that people than him fought, and that's how he like got stronger himself and developed his powers and all that stuff. I think that's really interesting too, because Luffy kind of has half of that. As I talked about in the live reaction, I said that I talked about Luffy getting his gear second and understanding how to move at superhuman speed because he saw the CP9 doing it, and it's kind of like this, not the same as shut up and observe, but Luffy is like, he does observe people, and he does, like, if other people have something that he wants, like a technique or something, he does steal it. Because Luffy is all about improving and becoming stronger, and he's literally possibly willing to do everything to do so, because when he's stronger, he's able to protect all his friends. So yeah, I found that little quote very interesting. I find it very telling about how he got the reputation he had, and how the logistics of how he could not have lost anything works. Okay, let's, I went a little too far here. Didn't I? Oh my god, I can't find it. There, okay. So Luffy says, I get it now, your power. After he got a little kick in with Katakuri. With Katakuri? At Katakuri? I don't know how the sentence is supposed to go. My English today is just like, whoop, non-existent. But I talked about it in the live reaction, if you saw a little bit of it, last bit of it. I talked for a long time about what the heck that could mean, because I was like, yes, Luffy, please explain. Because obviously when he says, I get it now, your power, he doesn't mean like, oh, I understand, your body's made of mochi. That's a little too simple. I mean, it has to, when he says, I get it now, it has to have something to do with how Luffy can defeat him, because obviously his next sentence is, you're strong but not invincible, so obviously it's like, okay, I can beat you now. Which we talked about before, he maybe was not as certain about that he could beat him before, because he literally seemed invincible. So in the live reaction I said that, like, there's a lot of things that Luffy could mean by this. He could mean, I get it now, your power, as in, I have found a way to defeat you. Like, I found your weakness, or I literally understand how your power works, and that will help me defeat you, because, like, you can't surprise me, or something like that. I think it has something more to do with... Okay, I think it's... Okay, It's gonna get a little complicated here, but Luffy's mind is complicated, so I'm just gonna let that slide. I think it is a combination of 3 things that allows Luffy to be like, oh, I see, I can defeat you now. Because in this chapter, Luffy learns 3 things, basically. He gets an insight, I mean, this is also with the previous chapter, but he gets an insight in the clashes between how Katakuri is preserved and how he really is. He, of course, also gets a taste of Katakuri's power and what the similarities to Katakuri's and his own powers and what the differences are. And he also gets the one thing that works against him. Like, he gets the kick in, and Katakuri kind of plays it off and like, okay, so what, you got a kick in? I mean, that's nothing, because so far I'm winning this fight. And I think those 3 things are very telling in how Luffy can beat him. Now, I don't know what Luffy is getting at here. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what he understands. Like, I don't know. I don't know what is going on. If any of you have, like, figured out what Luffy's talking about, he, like, concretely, literally, exactly what Luffy's referring to when he says, I get it now, please do tell me, because I think it could be an amount of various things. But I think it is a combination of the understanding what he's seen so far, what he knows of Katakuri from what he's seen and what he's heard, and just, like, the one thing that he actually, the one piece of damage he dealt him. Because he understands the fact that the reputation he has is not necessarily right, because he's heard and seen different things. Which also means that my theory from last week is completely false, because I was like, ooh, he could have him lie down and that's how he wins, because he overpowered him even though he didn't necessarily win. Not a thing anymore, because he just saw him lie down. I also think there's a bigger chance of Luffy legitimately winning this fight now, because he seems to understand something. And this is also what I mean by Katakuri being overconfident, because even when Luffy's like, I see, and he gets a kick in, Katakuri's like, no. That's what I mean by overconfident, so that basically confirms my suspicions there. But yeah, going back to what I was talking about Luffy getting it. I do think it comes down to Luffy being really good at reading personalities and then having insight in somewhat of how Katakuri's powers work. Because that just makes the most sense to me, because Luffy is not the kind of person to like how his I've talked about this before in my analysis video, and I don't know if it's the first or the second one I talk about this, but Luffy's mind kind of works in the sense that he's good at he has good observation skills. Like Rayleigh told him this as well when he was learning observation haki. He just told him, like, you have good eyes, but you need to learn, like, to use something else than your eyes. But Luffy has good eyes. He's good at taking in information, and he processes it slightly different than the rest of us. That's why he's not good at, like, literally intelligent stuff, but he processes it in the sense that it's like he understands things that he wants to understand. So when it comes to powers and fighting, and he understands personalities and stuff like that, he can understand environments that he's experienced before, if that makes any sense. So with Katakuri, it would probably be easier for him to relate to him because their powers are somewhat similar. The thought process in using those powers are probably similar, so he must assume that Katakuri has a somewhat creative mind, just like he's creative himself when it comes to using powers. And he just, like, obviously he can feel how strong he is with his observation haki and stuff like that, so he can, like, gather these pieces of information from the environment, from how Katakuri is as a person, what his powers is, and what of Luffy's attacks have worked on him and how he reacts to that. So yeah, I think it's a lot of different things that goes on in Luffy's mind here, and it's really hard for me to, like, concretely put words on it because I don't know what Luffy's conclusion is here. I really don't know. I think it could be so many things. And really, it could just be down to something like, oh, I get now your power, it's fake, or something like that. Like, you're actually not as strong as you want everyone to believe you are. And it turned out that Smoothie was, in fact, the strongest Big Mom commander. After all, really, let's get her back. Anyway, I'm just really interested in seeing what Luffy's doing here, because I've said this before in this arc, and I'm just really happy to see the return of Smart Luffy, because he hasn't had that much of an appearance since his fight with Animal. As we all know, that's my favorite fight. So I'm really happy that through this entire arc, he's been very, like, not calm per se, but calmer than he usually is, and he's been good at taking in details and observing his enemies and stuff like that. Because I didn't really like his little comment about, why do I always have to eat my way out of these situations? Because even though that's just like a little fun thing, it's just like, yeah, I thought it was really nice to see that. And just, it was a really good chapter, like, somehow packed with information, but also really funny, and just had some good revelations. But yeah, I'm really happy about Luffy in this arc, because it really sets us up well for Wano, because Luffy really needs to be at his best in that arc, and combining the Luffy with a bunch of power-ups after the time skip Luffy we saw in Dressrosa, and having the Luffy who's playing it quite smart in Whole Cake Island, I think that's really great. Because both in this arc and in So, he's been shown to be more, or better at following plans, and discussing plans before actually just running off and doing shit. So I'm really happy to see how those two Luffys kind of merge a little bit better in Wano, because I don't think we'll see, like, not that Luffy won't be, like, really strong, like, he's gone Gear 4 so many times in this arc already, but I really think that we're gonna see pinnacle of super strong Luffy and pinnacle of super smart Luffy in Wano. So I think he'll mostly use his brains to win this fight. And when brains, I mean, like, in the way that Luffy uses his brains. It's, like, super different from when Sanji does it, or when Robin does it, or whatever. But yeah, go watch my Luffy analysis videos if you want to know more about Luffy's thought process, or at least the way that I perceive his thought process and stuff like that. I don't know. I think in when it comes to fight, the second Luffy analysis I have, it's definitely the better one for that kind of topic. So yeah, I am gonna stop talking now because I exceeded my 10 minutes. But you can leave a like if you like anything that I had to say. Leave in the comments below what you think of those two statements that I talked about in the chapter, and what else you thought of in the chapter. Like, did you find it funny, or, like, what did you think? Did you expect any of this? Like, I don't know. Just tell me all your thoughts, because I just assume there are a lot of them. And you can subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, bye.